If you're always tired and your muscles are aching for no just reason, or you're just falling sick all the time, you might just be vitamin D deficient without knowing it. The thing is, you're not alone. About 42% Americans are vitamin D deficient, and most of them have no idea. The scariest part of vitamin D deficiency is not only that it makes you tired, it also affects your mood, it affects your immune system, it affects your bone health, as well as your heart health. I am Dr. Chichi, and here on Everyday Health MD today, I'm going to be talking about the signs of vitamin D deficiencies, people who are at risk of it, and how to fix it. Vitamin D is also known as the sunshine vitamin because it is made when your skin gets exposed to sunlight. But here is the thing, vitamin D is not really a vitamin, it is a hormone. Vitamin D hormone affects every single cell in your body. It supports your immune system by helping you fight infection. It helps your gut absorb calcium that keeps your bones strong. Vitamin D regulates your mood and brain function. It also plays a role in heart health, muscle function, and it also helps in preventing cancer. Most people don't get enough of vitamin D, and this is because most of the time we're indoors. We also live in the north where sunlight is weak in the winter. We also use sunscreen, which blocks vitamin D production by our skin. People who are darker skin like myself need more sunlight exposure to make the same amount. And as we age, our skin becomes less efficient with producing vitamin D. So even if you think that you're healthy, there is a good chance that your vitamin D level is low. Now let's talk about the signs of low vitamin D. Number one sign is the chronic fatigue and the low energy. This is the most common sign of vitamin D deficiency. If you sleep enough but then you still feel very tired, it might be that you have low vitamin D levels. Science has shown that correcting vitamin D deficiency can significantly improve energy levels. The second sign is getting sick frequently. If you're catching every cold and flu that passes by, it might be because your vitamin D level is low. This happens most particularly in the winter when we do not see much of the sun and vitamin D levels drop. The third sign is the bone and back pain that we have. Vitamin D helps us absorb all that calcium that we get in our diet. And so when we are low on vitamin D, our bones feel weak and painful. Chronic back pain is usually a classic sign. The fourth sign is muscle ache and pain. Low vitamin D can cause widespread muscle ache and even weakness. Your muscle feels so tired and sore even when you have not exercised. Pay attention, it might be your low vitamin D. The fifth sign is depression and low mood. It has been found that there are some vitamin D receptors in the area of our brain that regulates our mood. And so when you're low on vitamin D, it can lead to depression, especially the seasonal affective disorder, which occurs mostly in the winter period. The sixth sign is slow wound healing. If you're having a bruise or a wound that is taking forever to heal, you might want to check your vitamin D levels, because when you're low on vitamin D, body repair processes slow down. Number 7 sign is hair loss. This is especially in women. You start noticing that your hair is thinning out and it's falling out. Vitamin D is not the only cause, but it is worth checking. 7th sign is constant infections, specifically the respiratory tract infections. Because like I said, vitamin D helps our immune system. So if you find out that you're having so much of frequent sinusitis or bronchitis, then you want to check your vitamin D levels. Question: how many of these signs have you noticed? You can drop them in the comment section. There is no judgment in this community. If you're liking this, do well to hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe and click the notification button so that you are alerted of every time I drop a video. Now let's get into talking about those who are at risk of being vitamin D deficient. Not everyone has the risk of vitamin D deficiency. Some people are at more risk than the others. The first group of people who are at risk of being vitamin D deficient are those who have darker skin. Melanin reduces the ability of the skin to produce vitamin D from sunlight exposure. So the darker you are, then the more sunlight exposure that you need, sometimes 3 to 5 times more. The second group of people are those who live in northern latitude, anywhere above the 37th parallel. That's if you live anywhere north of Los Angeles and Atlanta. it's not possible for your skin to produce vitamin D, especially in the winter months, because during that time the sunlight is low. Number 3, are the older individuals. As you age, your skin becomes less efficient in producing vitamin D with sunlight exposure. Also, with old age, they spend less time outdoors. Another group are people who are obese or overweight. Vitamin D is a fat-soluble vitamin, and so when it is produced in the skin, it gets absorbed in the fat, but it is not readily available for the body to use. Fifth group of people are those who cover their body all the time or put on sunscreen. So if you're covering up, for religious purposes, or you're very diligent about putting on your sunscreen, which helps in skin cancer prevention, but then it reduces your ability to produce vitamin D. The final group of people who are at risk of vitamin D deficiency are people who have some medical conditions like Crohn's disease, celiac disease, kidney disease, or people who have undergone gastric bypass. These people are unable to absorb vitamin D. If you're in any of these groups, getting tested is very important. How do you know that you are actually vitamin D deficient? You have to get a blood test. If you want to get a blood test, then you have to tell your doctor that you want to get your 25 hydroxy vitamin D levels checked. This is the standard test that is used to check for your vitamin D. I'll just run through what the numbers mean when you get your test result. If it is less than 20, it means you're deficient. If it is between 20 to 30, it means that it's insufficient. If you have it between 30 to 50, then it's sufficient. If you have it between 40 to 60, that means you're optimized. This is where most experts will aim or will want you to be at. It's greater than 100, that's high, and yes, you can have too much. Most insurances cover for this test, especially when you're having symptoms. But if you're not having symptoms, or you just want to find out where your level is, then you can easily just order for it online. It costs about $30 to $50. I'm not completely sure. But then it's important that you do not guess your numbers. It's important for you to test and know exactly where you're at and what you need to do. On to the most important part. How do we fix it? There are 3 important ways on fixing vitamin D deficiency: sunlight, food, and supplements. I'm going to break each one down. The first being sunlight. Skin can actually make vitamin D when it is exposed to the ultraviolet B rays from the sun. But here's the catch. You need direct sun exposure on bare skin. The general recommendation is to have sunlight exposure for about 10 to 30 minutes with your arms and your legs exposed several times a week. The duration of sunlight exposure depends on your skin tone. The darker you are, the more exposure you need. Where you live, those who live in northern hemisphere, or those in the northern latitudes, can barely make any vitamin D. They have to depend on summer months to get enough sunlight exposure. And then what time of the year it is. I am not telling you to throw away your sunscreen entirely. Dr. Chichi will not do that, because skin cancer is real. But brief unprotected skin exposure a few times a week, just so that you can make some vitamin D, is okay. And then after that, you sunscreen up. Let's go to the second way of fixing vitamin D deficiency, which is the foods. Very few foods contain natural vitamin D, and I'm going to list them. Fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, sardines, these are very good sources. The egg yolks. Fortified foods like cereal, milk, orange juice, but you have to check the label. Another good source is the mushrooms, especially the UV exposed mushrooms. And then we have the cod liver oil. Cod liver oil is very rich in vitamin D as well as vitamin A. We have talked about foods, but I want you to know that it is hard to get enough vitamin D from your food alone. You have to be eating salmon fish every single day to replete your vitamin D deficiency and then keep it up to where it should be. And that is why most people need supplements. This brings us to our third way of repleting or solving our vitamin D deficiency. Supplements is the easiest and most reliable way of fixing vitamin D deficiency. If you're going to take vitamin D, then take the vitamin D3, not the D2. The D3 is more effective in raising your vitamin D levels. Your doctor is going to prescribe it for you. Typical dose is around 1,000 to 2,000 international units per day. That's if you're on maintenance, meaning your levels are optimized between 40 to 60 like I talked about. But if you are deficient or insufficient or even normal, then you might need to take higher doses. Your physician is going to do that for you, and taking higher doses is only temporary. Once you are optimized, you can continue taking the daily maintenance dose. It's also important to know that when you're taking vitamin D supplements, you should also take it with some fat-containing food, because it's a fat-soluble vitamin. And so taking it with a meal that has some fat will help better absorption. Also, don't overdo it. Stick to your recommended dose. And just like I said, if you're deficient, your physician or your healthcare provider is going to give you a higher dose, which you could just take for a couple of weeks, and then they'll recheck it. If your level is optimized, they'll take you back to your maintenance dose. The good thing about vitamin D supplements is it's very cheap. It is safe, and it's also very effective. A lot of people feel better once the vitamin D levels are up to where it should be. Vitamin D deficiency is a very easy health problem to fix. But if you don't know, you cannot fix it. So if you think that you have vitamin D deficiency by some of the symptoms that I mentioned earlier, then it's better for you to talk to your healthcare provider, get tested, and take action. The difference that vitamin D can make for you is real. Your mood gets better, you have a better bone health, you have a better heart health, your immune system is good, your energy is up. It's not a magic cure-all, but it's a foundational nutrient that your body needs. If you found this video helpful, do well to hit the like button and subscribe. Don't forget to also click on the notification button, because I make videos like this and you don't want to miss out when a new one has dropped. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Stay healthy.